In this video, I'm going to show you how to fix the error ene.sys driver cannot load on your device. So there's actually a couple of methods to fix this. The first method is just by heading over to your start menu, searching for settings, and then clicking on the settings window. From the left-hand side, select Windows Update, then click on Advanced Options, scroll down and click on Optional Updates. And if you do see any updates here, then just make sure to check them like so and click on Download and Install. Once you've done that, come back over to the Windows Update tab, click once again on Advanced Options, scroll down and click on Recovery. And if you have this option here to go back to a previous version, this is another way that you can sometimes solve this issue. Now, if that's not working, what you'll need to do is head over to your computer folder, double click on your C drive, click on the three horizontal dots from your folder and select Options. Click on the View tab, and where it says Hidden Files and Folders, make sure you have checked Show Hidden Files, Folders and Drives, and then press Apply and OK. Then what we're going to do is scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you need to locate this file called ene.sys. So if you do see this file in here, then all we're going to do is rename it. So it doesn't matter what you rename it to. I'm just going to add a digit 1 at the end of ene, and then just click Enter to confirm. If you get the security message pop up, press Continue, and then you can try restarting your system, and that should have fixed the issue. If you can't locate the ene.sys file in the C drive, then what you'll need to do is double click on this Windows folder, scroll all the way down and double click on System32, then scroll down again and double click on the drivers folder, and from here you should be able to see the ene.sys file. Once again, once you've located this file, you're simply going to rename it by adding a digit at the end and pressing confirm, and then press continue. Now, just like before, you'll need to restart your computer, and that should have solved any issues you were having. If it's still not working, the last thing you can do is head over to your start menu, search for core isolation and click on this tab like so. And then you want to turn off this memory integrity feature like this. And once this is disabled, once again, you'll need to restart your system, and that should have now finally solved any issues you were having. If you did find this video helpful, then let me know in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.